What's good, YouTube? Swiftly here, back with another video. And in today's video, once again, we are ranking the top video game franchises in history. 500 plus video game franchise, and as you can see, this is where we are at so far, and this is our final episode of ranking these video game franchises. So as you can see here, these are going to be the last 32. That's right, these are the last 32 games on our list. So we have gone through around 400 plus video game titles thus far in our final episode. Here you have it. Without further ado, be sure to grab yourself a snack, something to drink, sit back and enjoy the video. So, I mean, these are all games I've played. These are all games I'm very familiar with. I would say, with the exception of maybe three games, maybe three or four games, I would say, with the exception of like 3 or 4 games, I'm pretty familiar with all of these other games outside of that. So I'm probably just going to jump around with the games that I do select, but let's start off with a very storied franchise first and foremost, and that's going to be Assassin's Creed. And I'm going to go Assassin's Creed. I'm going to go with very good. And the reason why I'm going with very good is I feel like, again, like how I told you guys previously with like Call of Duty, with Sonic, with like any other these other games, you know, the good outweighs the bad. You know, do I think Assassin's Creed deserves to be a masterpiece? No, I don't. If you notice, we only have what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games in a masterpiece. Only 11 games in my masterpiece. And I think you could make the argument for some of these other games going in there. But to me, a masterpiece is like, for a franchise, you have to have more bangers than duds. You can't really have any duds, you know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I feel like Assassin's Creed can't go in masterpiece, because I can name a couple of games where I'm just like, you know, Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, even the kind of more modernized games like Origins, Valhalla. There's another game that I can't remember. For Assassin's Creed. What is the other game? It was Valhalla. It was Origins, Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like, even those kind of modernized games are really good as well too. And then you have like your branch off kind of games like Syndicate, Freedom Cry, those games as well on the side. So I feel like, it's a very storied franchise, but I don't think it's worthy of being put in that upper echelon of like masterpiece like type of franchise. But definitely a really good franchise for sure. Whether you like where they went with the last current games like Mirage and Shadows or not, still up there, in my opinion. Then we have Metroid, which, again, this is one of the games that I said that I didn't have like super duper experience with. Okay, where did I lose Metroid? Okay. So we still got Metroid here. And for me, Metroid, I'm probably going to go with just good. I wouldn't put it too high up, in my opinion, but still a decent franchise. Moving on, we have Alan Wake. I'm going to go with Alan Wake. And Alan Wake is one of those series that, like, even though there's only 2 games in the series, it's still a really good series. I'm going to go, well, damn, I just lost it. I don't know why I unclicked it, but Alan Wake, I'm going to go, I'm trying to think, where would I put Alan Wake? I would probably put Alan Wake in, I'm going to go good. I'm going to go good, but I really need to play the second game. if the second game is as good as the first game, then I will definitely change this ranking and put it in very good. But because I haven't played the second game, I don't think I can really fairly rate the series. In my opinion, I think that second game will definitely, make or break my rating for the series. But I did play like the DLC and all of that stuff for Alan Wake remastered. Definitely fun. Definitely enjoyed my time with that. Um, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, another one of those really good oldies for me. Kind of pissed that they don't have X-Men Legends on there because X-Men Legends is kind of where Marvel Ultimate Alliance kind of got that, you know, recipe from of having like four heroes on stage at once fighting at the same time together co-op like. And for me, I prefer X-Men Legends because those are the games I played first, and then Ultimate Alliance. But for me, I guess Ultimate Alliance is better because you have all Marvel characters and not just X-Men characters. But I think I spent more time playing X-Men Legends, so that's why I kind of feel that way, the way I do about X-Men Legends versus Marvel Alliance, Ultimate Alliance. I mean, next we have Splinter Cell, which again I would put in the good category. I don't think it's on that level of like Metal Gear Solid. You know what I'm saying? But I do think it's on the level of like, you know, being good. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm not mistaken, right, I just want to check briefly because I know I don't have thing on there either, but I think I have like what Max Payne on there. Yup, I have Max Payne on there under good. I don't think I have. Where do I have a thing at? I'm trying to look for the ranking. I'm trying to see where did I put um split. I put it in good, but where did I put? I'm trying to see where did I put Siphon Filter. But I don't even think I put Siphon Filter in thing. I think I might have, maybe I put Siphon Filter lower. I know I got Max Payne there. So I got put Siphon Filter in above average. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I might have to change that. I might have to change Siphon Filter to good because I truly think Splinter Cell is on par with Siphon Filter. And I do think Splinter Cell deserves to be in the good category. I don't think it deserves to be above average. So I'm going to have to re-rank Siphon Filter up to good. First time I've ever done that. But yeah, definitely going to have to move that up because I do think it's on par with that. Then we have SOCOM, which, again, one of those games that I just didn't think was really all that good, in my opinion. Just like the game just never progressed, in my opinion. So that's why I don't really rate it highly. Just Cause I will put in above average just because of the level of creativity and destruction that you have in that game. Oddworld, for me, Oddworld just average. Nothing crazy, nothing to write home about, in my opinion. Same thing with Medieval. Throwing out an average. Yoshi. Yoshi's definitely top tier. Yoshi's definitely got to go in the good category, bro. For sure, for sure. Alone in the Dark recently just played this, and I will put it above average. Shenmue's, I've only played the first one, and this was back in like the Dreamcast days, like Dreamcast days, bruh. And I recently purchased Shenmue 1 and 2. I need to purchase Shenmue 3, but they had like on a sale, and I purchased 1 and 2 on PS4. I need to purchase the third game, but I played the first game back in the Dreamcast days. Haven't even opened it on PlayStation yet, but I definitely want to replay 1 and 2 and then finally get 3 because I didn't even know they came out with a Shenmue 3, but I definitely need to play that out. Let's see, what do we have next? We have Dead Rising, which I've played Dead Rising 1 and 2. I will put this in a good category as well too. What do we have else? We have Prince of Persia. Recently just started replaying this as well too. I would throw Prince of Persia in a good category as well too. Not mad at Prince of Persia at all. Shinobi. I will put Shinobi in above average. I remember playing this, the original Revenge of the Shinobi, on Sega Genesis back in the day, and I remember spamming that power, that special power ability with like the lightning or whatever that would drop down. Then we got Manhunt, which I've only played the first one. I would go above average for Manhunt. I definitely need to play Manhunt 2. Uh, Outlast. Outlast was a decent game. I'm gonna go above average for Outlast, just because I'm really not a fan. And then I'm probably gonna put Thing in there too. I'm gonna put Amnesia in there too. I'm not a fan of games where like you're being chased or some shit and like you can't kill whatever's chasing you or trying to kill you. Like, I'm not a fan of those type of games. Like, whether it's horror game, a walking simulator game, whatever type of game it is, like, I'm just not a fan of that. Outer Wilds, and I know I'm gonna get fried in there. I know I'm gonna get cooked, but I do not get the Outer Wilds the same way I was telling people like, yo, I don't get Jet Set Radio. Why people love it so much? Same thing with Outer Wilds, bro. I just don't get that game, bro. Like, I played it, I screwed around, I traveled, I fucking killed myself going into the sun, like, but I just did not understand why so many people love that game so much, bro. Like, I genuinely don't get it, bro. I don't. But moving on, Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider definitely has to go in a very good, especially with the last trilogy they put out with Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Shadow of the Tomb Raider not really good, but Rise of the Tomb Raider is, man, really, really good, bro. Really, really good. But definitely doing the majority of the heavy lifting. Dynasty Warriors, I'll go above average for Dynasty Warriors for sure. Um, Dead Space, I only played the first game, but I'm willing to throw Dead Space in above average. I'm willing to, especially for the remake. I'm definitely willing to throw that in above average. Um, God Eater, I've played one of those games in the series. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember much from that God Eater game. I just remember there being like some type of training room you could go to and fighting in that, and then going up these steps and going out into the world or something like that. But I played like for maybe like 3 hours at the most, and I kind of just got bored with it, and um, never really watched the anime either. So I don't know, bro. But Army of Two, definitely played the first game. I'll go above average for Army of Two. Not mad at Army of Two at all. Sniper Elite, not really a fan of Sniper Elite. I would go below average for that. Not a fan of Sniper Elite. Bobble. If that's what I think it is, I would go average, where you shoot like those bubbles and pop the bubbles or whatever. Used to play that in the arcade all the time. Strider, I have this for P4, played this. I will go average for Strider. Let's see. Nier, I've only played 2 games in the Nier series. Haven't played the Drakengard series at all, but I would put Nier in good for sure. And then now we're down to our last couple of games. Hotline Miami. Only played the first one. Haven't finished Hotline Miami 2, but I would throw Hotline Miami in good as well too. And then finally, we're down to our last 3 games. And I thought it was only right that we saved like some OG classic games for the last couple of rankings. So we'll start with Bomberman. And Bomberman, I'm definitely going. Let's see. Where would I put Bomberman? I think I have to go very good for Bomberman, right? I feel like you have to go very good. I remember playing this in school, bro. We would be huddled around like one keyboard, and people would sneak in on a USB stick. They would sneak in like SNES emulators with games like ROMs and stuff. And it would be 3 of us playing Bomberman multiplayer on one keyboard. So one person would have WASD as their controls. Somebody would have arrow keys. And then somebody on the right side would use the number pad like 8, 4, 5, 6. And it would be like 3 of us on one keyboard playing like Bomberman multiplayer, bro. Like, with us three versus like one AI computer player, and I remember that fondly in school. So yeah, definitely Bomberman, definitely up there. And then we have Asteroids, which I remember playing this, being young playing this, and uh, I would put it above average, but it ain't like it's a classic, sure, but it ain't goated, bro. Like it's a fun game, sure, but it ain't goated. And then finally, last but not least, we have one of the first ever video games of all time, and that is going to be Pong. And I think we put Pong in very good for sure. Like I know people want to put Pong in masterpiece, but to me it's not a masterpiece. But without Pong, you don't have a lot of the games on this list. So there you have it. That is 500 plus video game franchises ranked. I'll go through the list really quickly, showing you guys. We have our masterpiece rankings. We have our very good rankings, right? These series here. We have our good rankings. These video games franchises here. Then we have our above average video game franchises here. Right? Then we have our average rankings here. Then we have our below average rankings right here. And then we have our not good rankings here, which probably won't get a lot of likes or views or comments about these. I know some of these are beloved: Titanfall, League of Legends, Dota, Outer Worlds. Like people are not going to be happy about some of these rankings. Overwatch as well too. Then we don't have anything in horrible. One thing I will say is that I didn't put anything in horrible or trash, so I shouldn't get too much hate for these rankings, right? I didn't put nobody's game in horrible or trash, but that's because I genuinely don't think any of these games are like literally horrible or trash. Now, if you're talking individual games, there might be some games that's making a horrible or trash list, but the series overall, nah, I don't think so. And then finally, we have our never played list right here, which is pink. And these are all the never played series. Some of these, again, I plan to go back and play. Some of these are on my backlog already. For example, Civ 4, definitely on the backlog. Sims 4, Mass Effect, the Legendary Collection is on my backlog. I'm trying to think what else. I'll call them out as I go through just to show you guys. But most of these are just games I never played. Five Nights at Freddy's is definitely on the backlog. Valkyrie Chronicles definitely on the backlog. What else? A lot of these games I've heard of, I just haven't played. Chrono Cross definitely on the backlog for sure. Undertale on the backlog as well. Bendy as well too. Is there anything else? Like I'm trying to just scroll through and just see. Clock Tower definitely on the backlog for sure. Klonoa as well. I already have downloaded, just haven't played yet. Far Cry I have on the series. I've played Far Cry 3. I think I said this in a previous video, but I played Far Cry 3 and New Dawn. But I just feel like I haven't played enough of the game, so I just threw it in, never played. But Far Cry I definitely played. And then the other games are definitely on my backlog for sure. Neptunia, I've played one game. Luigi's Mansions definitely on the backlog. Just never got around to playing it. Same thing with Crackdown, Call of Juarez, Lost Planet. All three games on the backlog as well too. And then I want to say and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Not so much Pokemon Ranger, but definitely Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for sure. Postal, I think, for sure. And then Fatal Frame and Ao Oni as well too. As well as Ys and Blinks for sure. On the backlog as well too. But that's pretty much been it, and that is my ranking of 500 plus franchises. I hope you guys enjoyed these series of videos as I've done them and uploaded them. As always, please be sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you did enjoy it, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.